Have you ever left a loud party early, exhaled deeply in your car, and thought, what's wrong with me? Or skipped lunch with friends because the idea of being alone with a book just sounded, oh, so much better? Yeah, same here. Maybe someone has looked at you funny and said, why are you so quiet? Or insisted you come out of your shell as if silence is a problem to solve. If any of that sounds familiar, you're not alone. And you're definitely not strange. There's a big, loud myth out there that introverts are shy, antisocial, or just maybe extroverts that got broken. But let's be real, we're none of those things. We just navigate life a little differently, more thoughtfully, more slowly, and often more deeply. I mean, think about it. Whenever you're at a party and you don't jump into the conversation, people start to think you're shy or maybe even angry. But sometimes you're just processing your thoughts before you contribute to the conversation. These stereotypes can make us feel like there's something wrong with being an introvert. I remember a friend asked why I seemed angry because I hadn't entered into a conversation with her and another one of our close friends. I wasn't angry. I just didn't have anything to add to the conversation at that particular moment. I was listening, processing, but because I wasn't chiming in, she assumed something was wrong with me. It was one of those moments that made me wonder if people would ever get it. My friend wasn't convinced that I wasn't angry, so I just let her believe whatever she wanted. Another misconception is that introverts don't like people or that we're not capable of deep connections. Here's the truth. Many of us introverts love people. We really do. We just don't want to be around them all the time or all at the same time. We recharge in solitude. We prefer meaningful conversations rather than chit chat. And we often need a little space before we dive in. When we connect with someone else, it's rarely casual. It's meaningful and real. Hi, I'm Kate. I'm an introverted American expat who has been living in Indonesia more than 40 years. I make videos about living the best life you can, whether you're an introvert or an extrovert, an expat, a retiree, a digital nomad, whatever. Welcome to my YouTube channel, Kate Gypsy. You may have experienced the pressure to be extroverted. Yes, let's face it. Society doesn't exactly roll out the red carpet for introverts. From childhood, we're nudged toward being more outgoing, more vocal, more on. Classrooms reward hand raisers. Workplaces reward team players and bold personalities. Group projects, open plan offices, forced team building games. Not exactly our jam, right? And so we adapt. We fake it. We master the art of smiling through exhaustion, making small talk when what we really need is to stay in. It's not that we can't handle socializing. We can, but it costs us energy, sometimes a lot of it. For years, I thought there was something wrong with me. I kept trying to be more extroverted, louder, friendlier, more enthusiastic in crowds. But the more I tried to be someone I wasn't, the more disconnected I felt from who I really was. Everything changed the day I stopped apologizing for my introversion and started accepting it instead. Being introverted isn't a flaw. It's not something to fix or overcome. It's a different rhythm, a quieter, more intentional way of moving through the world. And once you embrace it, everything feels lighter. Take time to understand where you shine. We may not crave the spotlight, but we do shine in our own ways. We're deep thinkers, patient listeners, quiet observers. We build trust slowly. We love fiercely, and we show up with thoughtfulness. These aren't just nice traits, they're superpowers. Just consider the contribution of some great introverts: Albert Einstein, Eleanor Roosevelt, Mahatma Gandhi. Deeply reflective, quietly powerful introverts who changed the world not through noise, but through wisdom, integrity, and depth. Don't let doubt about yourself creep in. Yes, doubt will creep in sometimes. You might feel misunderstood, even by people who care about you. You might wonder why crowds drain you, or why chit chat leaves you empty. These moments can be hard, but they aren't signs of weakness. They're signs of self-awareness. You know what you need, and you're brave enough to give that to yourself. That's why it's so important to understand your own needs and to honor them. Saying no to an event because you need time alone isn't selfish. It's self-awareness. Wanting deeper connections instead of casual banter doesn't mean you're antisocial. It means you value authenticity. The real question isn't, what's wrong with me? But rather, why should I be someone I'm not? Embrace your introversion fully. The most freeing thing you can do for yourself as an introvert is to stop apologizing for who you are. You don't have to force yourself into someone else's mold. You can absolutely build a fulfilling, joyful life around your introversion. That might mean creating a calm, comforting home space where you can recharge. It could involve seeking out one-on-one friendships and avoiding big social groups. It might look like working a job where you can focus deeply without constant interruptions. It could even be giving yourself permission to say, no thanks, I'm staying in tonight, and not feeling bad about it. One of my favorite TV characters once turned down drinks with coworkers, saying she had plans with Steve. Everyone assumed it was a date. Turned out, though, Steve was her dog. And honestly, that kind of unapologetic authenticity is something we can all aspire to. Because at the end of the day, being an introvert isn't about limitations. It's about knowing your flow, respecting your needs, and building a life that supports your energy rather than draining it. That might mean creating calm in your home, choosing work that lets you focus, or surrounding yourself with people who get you, even if it's just a few. As an introvert, you need to define your own version of connection, energy, and joy. And you'll likely find that when you live in alignment with your own personality, instead of fighting it, everything feels so much better. Remember, you're not alone. That's right, you are not alone. In fact, there are millions of us quietly creating, reflecting, connecting, and contributing in powerful ways. We're not loud, but we're deeply present. We're not the life of the party, but we bring life to the parts that matter. So the next time you wonder if something's wrong with you, pause, breathe, and remember, nothing's wrong. You're just an introvert. And that's more than okay. That's a gift. So please leave a comment below, and thanks for watching. Bye for now. Till next time.